Wealth Within. How Self-Talk Shapes Your Financial Destiny. Written by Ronnie Rowland. Published by Growth Literacy Lounge. Introduction. What if the single most important factor in your financial success isn't your job, your connections, or even your skill set, but the way you speak to yourself every single day? Imagine waking up tomorrow with the unshakable belief that financial freedom is not just possible, it's inevitable. What if I told you that the key to unlocking your financial destiny lies not in the next big opportunity, but in something far more personal and immediate, your own words? Welcome to The Wealth Within, a book that will show you the secret tool that has been with you all along, your inner dialogue. The words you speak to yourself are shaping your financial reality more than you know. Every thought, every affirmation, every self-doubt is programming your brain and influencing your success. This isn't just motivational fluff, science backs it up. And the incredible part? You have the power to change it. But why does this matter to you? If you've ever felt stuck in the same financial patterns, working hard but never quite reaching the success you dream of, this book is your way out. You might have thought that success is about working harder or finding better strategies. But what if the biggest shift you need to make is not external, but internal? The Wealth Within will reveal how small, consistent changes in the way you speak to yourself can transform your financial destiny in ways you never imagined. The words you choose can either be the chains that keep you trapped, or the key to unlock unlimited abundance. In this book, you'll discover the unexpected truth about how powerful your self-talk really is, and why mastering this inner conversation is the ultimate path to wealth. You'll learn actionable steps to rewrite your inner dialogue, overcoming the negative scripts that hold you back, and replacing them with thoughts that lead to success. This isn't about wishful thinking, this is about harnessing the science of neuroplasticity to reprogram your brain for prosperity. And I know where you are right now. Maybe you've tried everything: budgeting, investing, taking financial courses, but still, something seems to stand in the way of the wealth and freedom you desire. Maybe you've been waiting for the right opportunity, the right mentor, or the right moment. But the truth is, the real transformation happens when you shift the way you talk to yourself. This book will guide you step by step through that transformation, unlocking the wealth that's been waiting for you. Your guide on this journey is someone who understands the power of self-talk deeply and has helped countless others tap into their potential. In these pages, you'll be guided through exercises, insights, and real-life examples of people who have used these methods to change their financial story forever. This is not another book about basic personal finance, it's a blueprint for shifting your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your wealth. By the end of this book, you'll see how the conversation you have with yourself every day can determine your financial future. This isn't just about changing the way you think, it's about changing the trajectory of your life. Whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. These words, spoken by Henry Ford, perfectly capture the power of belief and self-talk. Let's make sure from this day forward that you are always thinking you can. We've observed that 65% of our viewers haven't yet subscribed to our channel. We invite you to support us by clicking the subscribe button and liking this video and comment below. Your encouragement inspires us to continue creating valuable content for you. Thank you for being a part of our community and fueling our passion for sharing insights and knowledge. It's time to make that decision. Are you ready to uncover the hidden path to abundance? Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Secret Power of Self-Talk. Did you know your words can make or break your wealth? Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and looking in the mirror, not just seeing yourself but seeing someone destined for success. Imagine your reflection looking back at you, confident and assured, with the knowledge that wealth isn't just about working harder, it's about speaking differently to yourself. The secret to wealth lies not in complex investment strategies or in a lucky business break, but in something far simpler: the way you talk to yourself every single day. Your internal dialogue, the constant stream of thoughts running through your mind, shapes your reality, influences your actions, and ultimately determines your success. But here's the thing: most people never take control of it. They let it run wild, like an untrained dog barking all day. What if you could train your mind to guide you, rather than lead you astray? Think about it for a moment. How many times have you told yourself, "I can't afford this," or "I'm just not good with money"? These words, seemingly harmless, sink into your subconscious and grow roots, holding you back from realizing your true potential. What if instead of these limiting words, You could choose empowering ones that would open doors to abundance. The truth is, you can. And it starts here, with your very own inner voice. You might think talking to yourself is odd or unproductive, but let's be clear, it's one of the most powerful tools you have. Great leaders, successful entrepreneurs, even world-class athletes, they all use self-talk to propel themselves forward. Self-talk isn't just about repeating affirmations in the mirror. It's about taking control of your internal dialogue, redirecting it from doubt and criticism to empowerment and possibility. Picture this. You're walking into a crucial meeting that could change your financial future. If the voice in your head is saying, "You don't belong here," or "You're going to fail," how do you think that meeting will go? Now imagine if instead your inner voice is telling you, "You've worked hard for this, you're capable, you deserve to be here." The outcome of that meeting changes before you even walk through the door. This is the power of self-talk. It can either be your greatest asset or your worst liability. In this chapter, we're going to explore how to make it work for you, not against you. We'll unravel the nature of the conversations you have with yourself, whether you realize them or not, and we'll start building a practice to consciously reshape those conversations into something that can bring you prosperity. The first step in harnessing the power of self-talk is awareness. It's time to start paying attention to the voice in your head, because it's always there, whether you realize it or not. Most of the time, this voice runs on autopilot, reflecting the beliefs and patterns you've accumulated over the years. And let's be honest, those beliefs aren't always positive or even true. For the next 24 hours, I want you to be mindful of your self-talk. Listen to the running commentary in your mind. What does it say when you face a challenge, or when things don't go as planned? Is it harsh? Is it supportive? Does it inspire action, or does it discourage you from even trying? The simple act of writing down your thoughts can shed light on patterns you didn't even know were there. Perhaps you'll notice that every time you think about money, the same anxious voice chimes in, reminding you of your past financial failures or convincing you that you'll never get ahead. That's okay. We're not here to judge these thoughts, we're here to understand them. Because only once you understand them can you change them. Let's imagine your internal voice as a narrator, the storyteller of your life. If your life is a book, do you want that narrator to be constantly telling a story of limitations, missed opportunities, and inevitable struggle? Or do you want your story to be one of resilience, growth, and prosperity? The good news is, you get to choose. You can become the narrator who shifts the story. Instead of "I'm not good enough," start telling yourself "I'm learning, and I'm improving every day." Instead of "I can't afford this," try "How can I afford this?" That small shift is more powerful than you can imagine. It moves you from a place of defeat to a place of possibility, from a passive participant in your own life to an active creator of it. Think of it this way: the words you choose create the reality you experience. The language you use shapes your thoughts, and your thoughts drive your actions. When you choose different words, you give yourself permission to take different actions, ones that align with growth, success, and ultimately wealth. Your challenge for today. Pick one negative thought you commonly have about money or success. Write it down, and then rewrite it in a way that's positive, empowering, and action-oriented. If your thought is, "I'll never be wealthy," change it to, "I am learning to create wealth, and I am getting better every day." If your thought is, "I can't save money," rewrite it as, "I am capable of managing my finances, and I'm taking small steps towards saving." Practice repeating this new, empowering thought every morning when you wake up, and every night before you go to bed. Speak it aloud if you can. Words have power, and when you speak them with conviction, that power multiplies. We've started the journey of recognizing and reshaping your internal dialogue, but before you can truly harness the power of self-talk for wealth, you must understand the enemies within, those negative thought patterns that quietly undermine your confidence and potential. In the next chapter, we'll uncover these saboteurs and learn how to defeat them, once and for all. Quote, "You are what you think. So just think big, believe big, act big, work big, give big, forgive big, laugh big, love big, and live big." Andrew Carnegie. Chapter 2. Defeating the Inner Saboteur. Is your inner voice your worst enemy? You've started to pay attention to your self-talk, but you may have noticed something troubling. That voice inside your head isn't always kind, supportive, or constructive. In fact, it might often sound more like a critic than a coach. The reason is simple: we all have an inner saboteur. It's the part of us that feeds off self-doubt, insecurity, and fear, and it can hold us back from the wealth and success we're trying to achieve. But here's the truth. You weren't born with that critical inner voice. Somewhere along the way, whether through past experiences, societal conditioning, or the influence of others, this voice took root in your mind. The good news? It's not permanent. It's time to meet that inner saboteur face to face, understand its origins, and most importantly, learn how to silence it for good. Before we can silence the inner saboteur, we need to identify it. This voice is sneaky. It disguises itself as realistic or protective. It convinces you that it's just keeping you from disappointment. But in reality, it's the biggest barrier to your financial and personal growth. Here are some ways the saboteur might show up. Limiting beliefs. I'm just not good with money. I've never been able to save, so why try? Fear of failure. If I try to invest or start a business, I'll just lose money. It's safer to stick with what I know. Self-doubt. People like me don't succeed. Wealth is for the lucky or the privileged. Does any of this sound familiar? These thoughts may feel like they're protecting you from taking risks or avoiding failure, but in truth, they're keeping you small. They're keeping you from unlocking the wealth and abundance you're capable of achieving. Write down the top 3 limiting thoughts or fears you have about money or success. This is important because you can't fight an enemy you haven't identified. Once you've named them, you can begin the work of dismantling them. To defeat the inner saboteur, you first need to understand where it came from. Many of your limiting beliefs likely stem from your past experiences that shaped your perceptions of yourself and what you can achieve. Maybe you grew up in a household where money was tight, and you were constantly told, "We can't afford that." Or perhaps you've had a few financial failures in your life, and now you've accepted the idea that success is out of reach. It's critical to realize that these beliefs are not facts. They are interpretations of past events, often skewed by fear or anxiety. Just because something happened once doesn't mean it will happen again. And just because your family struggled financially doesn't mean you're destined to repeat that cycle. Take a moment to reflect on where your limiting beliefs about money and success originated. Were they passed down to you by family? Did they develop from past failures or societal pressures? Understanding their origins gives you the power to reframe them. Challenging your inner critic. Now that you've identified and understood your inner saboteur, it's time to challenge it. The inner critic survives by going unchallenged. It thrives on unchecked negativity. But you can begin to dismantle it by questioning its validity. Let's start by addressing a common example of limiting self-talk. I'm just bad with money. What evidence do you have to support this statement? Perhaps you've made financial mistakes in the past, but so has everyone. Does making a mistake in one area of life mean you're incapable of ever succeeding in that area? Reframe the thought. Instead of "I'm bad with money," try "I'm learning how to manage my money better every day." This shifts the narrative from one of permanent failure to one of growth. By reframing these negative thoughts, you change the way your mind interprets challenges. Instead of viewing them as proof of inadequacy, you begin to see them as opportunities for improvement. Turn fear into action. Fear is one of the inner saboteur's strongest tools. Fear of failure, fear of losing money, fear of judgment. These fears are paralyzing because they keep you from taking the very actions that could lead to wealth and success. But here's the thing. Fear is just a feeling, not a fact. It's a signal that you're stepping outside your comfort zone, which is where growth happens. The next time fear creeps in, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Let's say you try a new investment strategy and it doesn't work out as planned. What's the worst case scenario? You lose some money, but that's a learning experience. You'll gain wisdom and make better decisions next time. Fear is only powerful if it stops you. By reframing fear as a learning opportunity, you rob it of its ability to hold you back. Turn fear into a motivator by recognizing that every failure brings you closer to success. Now that you've exposed and challenged the inner saboteur, it's time to replace those old thought patterns with something better. Here's where the real work begins, consciously reprogramming your self-talk, so that it supports your growth rather than undermining it. 1. Create a list of empowering beliefs about money and success. For example, I am capable of managing my finances wisely. I deserve financial abundance. I can learn from every financial decision I make. 2. Turn these beliefs into affirmations. Speak them aloud every day, especially when you catch yourself slipping into old patterns of doubt. The more you repeat them, the more your brain will accept them as truth. 3. Surround yourself with success stories. Read about people who have achieved financial freedom after facing significant obstacles. This will remind you that success is possible for anyone, no matter where you start. Your challenge for today. Choose one of your most persistent negative thoughts about wealth or success. Write it down, and then write a new, empowering thought to replace it. Every time that negative thought surfaces, counter it with your new, positive affirmation. Here's an example. Old thought: I'll never be wealthy, I'm not smart enough. New thought: I have the ability to create wealth, and I'm getting better at it every day. Repeat this new belief every time the old one tries to creep back in. Your brain is wired to follow patterns, and with consistent practice, you'll start to see a shift in your mindset, and eventually, in your financial reality. You've begun the process of defeating the inner saboteur, but there's another layer to this transformation: your core beliefs. What if those limiting thoughts are rooted in deeper beliefs about money and success? In the next chapter, we'll dive into how to reframe these beliefs so you can unlock even greater prosperity. Quote: Whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford. Chapter 3. Reframing limiting beliefs for wealth. What if a simple shift in your thoughts could change your entire financial future? Imagine that your beliefs about money are like the foundation of a house. If the foundation is cracked or unstable, it doesn't matter how beautiful the house is, eventually, it will crumble. The same goes for your financial success. If your beliefs about money are rooted in limitation or fear, no amount of effort will create lasting prosperity. But here's the good news: just like you can rebuild a foundation, you can rebuild your beliefs. And when you do, the results can be life-changing. In this chapter, we'll take a deep dive into the limiting beliefs you've been holding on to about wealth and success. These beliefs, often inherited from family, society, or past experiences, are quietly sabotaging your ability to attract financial abundance. The time has come to dig them up and replace them with beliefs that support your growth, freedom, and prosperity. What are limiting beliefs? A limiting belief is any thought or assumption you hold that restricts what you believe is possible for yourself. They might seem harmless or even practical, but limiting beliefs are dangerous because they create invisible barriers. You begin to operate under the assumption that you're stuck, that certain levels of success or wealth just aren't for people like you. Here are a few common limiting beliefs around money. I'm just not good with money. I don't deserve to be rich. People who are wealthy are greedy or selfish. I'll never make more than I do right now. Sound familiar? These kinds of beliefs, often ingrained from an early age, form the lens through which you see the world. If you believe these thoughts, your actions and decisions will unconsciously align with them. But what if these beliefs aren't facts, just outdated stories? Where do limiting beliefs come from? Limiting beliefs are often inherited, passed down from your family's social circles and environment. Maybe you grew up hearing phrases like "money doesn't grow on trees," or "we can't afford that." Over time, those external messages sink into your subconscious and become your internal narrative. They turn into beliefs that feel like facts, but in reality they're just opinions. Limiting beliefs are also shaped by personal experiences. Maybe you tried to invest in a business or stock, and it didn't work out. As a result, you started telling yourself, "I'm bad at investing," or "I can't take risks with money." Instead of viewing the experience as a learning opportunity, you locked it away as a permanent truth. But what if that one failure was just part of the learning process, rather than a sign of your financial destiny? Here's the key: your past does not determine your future. Just because you've faced financial challenges before doesn't mean you're doomed to repeat them. Every belief you hold about money can be re-examined, reframed, and rewritten. How limiting beliefs hold you back. Limiting beliefs aren't just thoughts, they're drivers of your behavior. They affect your actions, your risk tolerance, and your ability to grow. For example, if you believe "I'm just not good with money," you'll likely avoid budgeting, saving, or investing. You'll act in ways that confirm this belief, even if it's not based on fact. Similarly, if you believe "I don't deserve to be wealthy," you'll unconsciously make decisions that prevent you from achieving financial success. You might not negotiate for a higher salary, miss out on investment opportunities, or stay stuck in a job that doesn't pay what you're worth. The problem is that these beliefs operate in the background, silently shaping your financial reality, without you even realizing it. But here's the good news. Once you identify a limiting belief, you can reframe it. You can transform that belief into something that supports your growth and sets you on a path to financial success. Reframing your limiting beliefs. Reframing is a powerful technique for changing the way you think about money and success. It's about taking an old, limiting belief and replacing it with a new, empowering one. The goal is to shift from a mindset of lack and limitation to one of abundance and possibility. Let's walk through an example. Say your limiting belief is, "I'll always be in debt." This belief is rooted in the idea that your current financial struggles are permanent. But is this true, or is it just a reflection of your past circumstances? Reframing this belief might look like: limiting belief, "I'll always be in debt." Reframed belief, "I am actively paying off my debt, and I am learning how to build wealth." Notice how the new belief doesn't ignore your current reality, it acknowledges it, but it shifts the focus to possibility and action. You are no longer stuck, you are in motion. Here's another example. Limiting belief. "People like me don't get rich." Reframe belief. "Wealth is available to anyone who works for it, including me." Reframing opens up a world of possibility. It removes the barriers you've placed around yourself and allows you to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. Practical steps to reframe your beliefs. 1. Identify the limiting belief. Start by writing down a belief you have about money or success that feels limiting or negative. Be honest with yourself. What story have you been telling yourself about wealth? Examples include: "I'm not good enough to be rich," or "money is hard to come by." 2. Examine the belief. Ask yourself, is this belief really true? What evidence do you have to support it? Often, you'll find that these beliefs are based on assumptions or past experiences rather than facts. 3. Reframe the belief. Write a new belief that is more empowering and positive. For example, if your limiting belief is, "I'm not smart enough to manage my money," reframe it as, "I am capable of learning the skills I need to manage my money effectively." 4. Reinforce the new belief. Repeat your new belief every day, especially when you catch yourself slipping into the old pattern of thinking. The more you repeat it, the more your mind will accept it as truth. You can also write it down, post it somewhere visible, and say it out loud. Words have power. Use them to reprogram your mindset. Your challenge for today: choose one limiting belief about money or success and reframe it. Write it down in both its original and reframed form. Here's a template to follow. For the next week, read the new, empowering belief to yourself every morning. Write it on a sticky note and put it where you'll see it often: on your bathroom mirror, your computer screen, or your phone's wallpaper. Over time, you'll notice how this small shift starts to create a big change in how you approach money and opportunities. You've now begun the process of reframing your beliefs, but there's another powerful tool we need to talk about: affirmations. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to craft affirmations that not only reinforce your new beliefs, but actively attract wealth and success into your life. Chapter 4. Crafting Wealth Affirmations That Work. Want to rewire your brain for wealth? Here's how. Imagine waking up every day with a sense of confidence, knowing that wealth and abundance are already within your reach. What if every word you spoke to yourself was actively shaping the reality of financial success you've always desired? This isn't just wishful thinking, it's science. Affirmations are a powerful tool for transforming your mindset and reprogramming your subconscious to align with your financial goals. They aren't magic words that simply change your life overnight, but they are the foundation for reshaping your beliefs and actions in a way that leads to lasting wealth. In this chapter, we're going to explore how to craft powerful affirmations that not only shift your thinking, but also activate new neural pathways in your brain, literally wiring you for success. We'll dive into the mechanics of how affirmations work, and more importantly, how you can make them work for you. Affirmations work by training your brain to recognize and reinforce positive, empowering thoughts. When you repeat an affirmation regularly, your brain begins to build new neural pathways that support this belief. It's called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on new thoughts, experiences, and habits. Think of your brain like a path in the woods. The more you walk down the same trail, the clearer and more defined it becomes. But if you want to create a new path, you have to intentionally tread that ground over and over again until it forms a new, clearer route. Affirmations help you create new mental paths that guide your thoughts away from scarcity and doubt, and toward abundance and possibility. But here's the key. Not all affirmations are created equal. To be effective, they need to be specific, personal, and emotionally resonant. The more emotionally charged your affirmations are, the faster your brain will accept them as truth. Why generic affirmations don't work. You've probably heard the common advice to say things like I am rich or I am wealthy as affirmations. But let's be honest, if your financial reality doesn't align with those statements, they might feel empty or even fake. Saying I am rich when you're struggling financially can create internal resistance because your mind knows it's not currently true. Here's where most people get affirmations wrong. They use generic statements that don't connect to their emotions or current reality. Your brain rejects these statements because they feel disconnected from your lived experience. To make affirmations work, they need to be personalized, believable, and aligned with where you are now. That way, they can serve as a bridge between your current reality and the future you want to create. Crafting effective affirmations for wealth. So how do you create affirmations that actually work? Here's a simple formula. 1. Use the present tense. Your affirmations should be stated as if they are happening right now. This trains your brain to believe that your desired outcome is already in progress, which increases your confidence and motivation. Example. Instead of I will be wealthy, say, I am creating wealth every day. 2. Be specific. Vague affirmations like I want to be rich don't give your mind a clear goal to work toward. The more specific your affirmations are, the more likely your brain is to accept them and work toward that specific outcome. Example. Instead of I want more money, try I am earning $10,000 a month through my business. 3. Focus on emotions. Include how achieving your financial goal will make you feel. When your affirmations connect with your emotions, they become more powerful because your brain responds to the feelings associated with success. Example. I am earning $100,000 this year, and it makes me feel secure, free, and excited about my future. 4. Keep them believable. If your affirmation feels too far removed from your current reality, it can create subconscious resistance. Start with affirmations that feel achievable, and as you progress, you can evolve them. Example. Instead of I am a millionaire, start with I am building wealth and growing my income every day. Your personal wealth affirmation blueprint. Let's put these principles into action. Below is a step-by-step guide to crafting personalized affirmations that resonate with your financial goals. 1. Identify your wealth goals. What does financial success look like for you? Is it about earning a specific amount of money, becoming debt-free, or achieving financial independence? Be clear and specific. Example. I want to have $50,000 in savings and live without debt. 2. Write an affirmation in the present tense. Take your goal and write it as if it's already happening. Use clear, specific language and keep it positive. Example. I am saving $50,000 and living debt-free, feeling empowered and in control of my financial future. 3. Add emotion. How will achieving this goal make you feel? Add that emotion to your affirmation to make it more powerful. Example. I am saving $50,000 and living debt-free, and it fills me with confidence, freedom, and peace. 4. Repeat it consistently. The power of affirmations lies in repetition. Make it a daily practice. Speak your affirmation aloud when you wake up and before you go to bed. The more you repeat it, the more your mind will absorb it. Tip. You can write it down, record yourself saying it, or even place sticky notes in visible places as reminders. The importance of consistency. Affirmations aren't a one-time thing. Just like exercising a muscle, you need to repeat them consistently to see results. Think of it like training your mind to adopt a new belief system. The more you reinforce these new beliefs, the stronger they'll become, and the more your actions will align with them. Make affirmations a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Find moments throughout your day, whether during your morning routine, commute, or before bed, to focus on these affirmations. The key to their effectiveness is consistency. Over time, you'll notice shifts not just in your mindset, but in the opportunities that begin to show up in your life. Let's say your goal is to increase your income through a side business. You might start with the limiting belief, I don't know if I can make enough money from this. To reframe that, create an affirmation like, I am building a thriving business that generates $5,000 a month, and I am excited by the freedom and possibilities it brings me. When you repeat this affirmation consistently, your mind begins to accept it as truth. This shift in mindset influences your actions. You start seeking out new clients, refining your services, and thinking creatively about how to grow your income. Your words guide your thoughts, and your thoughts guide your actions. Our challenge for today: craft 3 specific, emotionally charged affirmations related to your financial goals. Write them down and repeat them out loud every morning and night for the next week. Notice how your mindset begins to shift. Here's an example to inspire you. I am earning $100,000 a year, and I feel empowered, free, and excited about my financial future. I am successfully managing my finances, and my savings are growing every month, giving me peace of mind. I attract opportunities that align with my financial goals, and I embrace them with confidence. Be consistent. Speak them with conviction, and watch how your internal beliefs begin to change. Now that you've crafted affirmations to align your mind with your financial goals, it's time to take things up a notch. In the next chapter, we'll design a powerful morning routine that will supercharge your mental shift towards wealth and set the tone for success each and every day. Quote: affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. Jim Rohn. Chapter 5. The Morning Mindset Routine. What if you could set yourself up for financial success in the first 15 minutes of your day? Imagine this: you wake up each morning feeling energized and clear-headed, ready to tackle the day with confidence. Before you even step out of bed, you've already primed your mind for wealth, success, and abundance. The way you start your morning has the power to shape the rest of your day, and over time, it can shape your financial future. The most successful people in the world, whether in business, sports, or personal development, all have one thing in common: they have a morning routine. But this isn't just any routine. It's a deliberate practice designed to align their mindset with their goals and set the tone for a productive, focused day. In this chapter, we're going to build a morning mindset routine tailored specifically to your financial goals. You'll learn how to use the early moments of your day to condition your mind for success, boost your productivity, and keep yourself on track for wealth building. Why the morning routine matters. Your morning is the most important part of the day because it sets the stage for everything that follows. Think about the days when you've rushed out of bed, feeling scattered or overwhelmed. You likely carried that chaotic energy into your day, making it hard to stay focused or productive. Now imagine starting your day differently, with calm, intention, and a focus on your goals. When you take time to prioritize your mindset and well-being in the morning, it has a ripple effect. Your brain is more focused, your actions more purposeful, and your results more aligned with your desired outcome, whether that's financial growth, personal development, or professional success. Here's the truth. The way you start your day determines how successful you'll be in reaching your goals, especially your financial ones. Let's design a simple, 15-minute morning routine that you can easily incorporate into your daily life. This routine will focus on 3 core elements: affirmations, visualization, and planning. Each of these elements will work together to set your mind on the path to wealth and success. Step 1. Mindful affirmations 5 minutes. We've already covered the importance of affirmations in the previous chapter, but now we're going to incorporate them into your daily routine. As soon as you wake up, while your mind is still fresh and impressionable, take 5 minutes to speak your affirmations out loud. Why first thing in the morning? Your brain is in a highly suggestible state when you first wake up, known as the alpha state. This makes it the perfect time to plant the seeds of positive, wealth-focused thoughts. By repeating your affirmations at this time, you're training your subconscious to adopt these beliefs as truths. Here's how to do it. Sit up in bed or find a quiet space in your room. Speak your affirmations out loud with conviction and confidence. Remember to use affirmations that feel true to you and are tied to your financial goals. I am growing wealth every day, and I feel empowered by my financial decisions. Repeat each affirmation at least 5 times, really feeling the emotions behind the words. Visualize yourself living the reality of those affirmations. Step 2. Visualization 5 minutes. After affirming your goals, the next step is to visualize them. Visualization is a powerful mental technique where you imagine yourself already living your desired life. This step is crucial because it primes your brain to recognize opportunities and motivates you to take actions aligned with your vision. During visualization, close your eyes and picture yourself in a future where you've achieved your financial goals. See the details: where you are, what you're doing, how you're feeling. Engage all your senses. Imagine how success smells, tastes, feels, and sounds. The more vivid the picture, the stronger its impact on your subconscious mind. Focus on feeling the emotions associated with your success. Do you feel free, empowered, excited? Hold on to that feeling as you visualize your future. For example, if your goal is to build a successful business that generates passive income, imagine yourself checking your bank account and seeing consistent growth. Feel the pride and security that comes with it. Step 3. Planning with purpose. 5 minutes. The final step in your morning routine is to turn your affirmations and visualizations into action by planning your day with purpose. This involves setting clear, actionable goals for the day that align with your financial objectives. Here's how. Take out a journal, planner, or even a note on your phone. Write down your top 3 goals for the day. These should be actions that move you closer to your financial or professional goals, no matter how small. Prioritize these tasks. Tackle the most important or impactful goal first. This will ensure that you're always working on the things that matter most. Make sure your goals are specific and achievable for the day. Reach out to 2 new clients for my side business or save $100 toward my emergency fund. This step ensures that your morning routine doesn't just stay in your mind, it translates into real, tangible actions that move you closer to wealth and success. Why consistency is key. Consistency is where the magic happens. Your mindset is like a muscle, it grows stronger the more you exercise it. By committing to this morning routine every day, you'll start to notice a shift in how you approach your goals. You'll be more focused, more confident, and more motivated to take the actions necessary to create wealth. Some mornings will be easier than others, and that's okay. The key is to keep showing up, even when you don't feel like it. Over time, this routine will become second nature, and the results will speak for themselves. Your challenge for today. Starting tomorrow, commit to following this morning routine for 1 week. Each day, take 15 minutes to practice mindful affirmations, visualization, and planning with purpose. At the end of the week, reflect on how it has impacted your mindset, productivity, and sense of progress toward your financial goals. Here's a recap of your routine. 1. Affirmations. 5 minutes. Speak your wealth-affirming statements out loud with conviction. 2. Visualization. 5 minutes. Imagine yourself living your desired financial reality, fully engaging your senses and emotions. 3. Planning. 5 minutes. Write down your top 3 goals for the day and prioritize them. By the end of the week, notice how this small routine has shifted your mindset and moved you closer to your goals. You've started building a powerful morning routine to shift your mindset towards wealth. But what if you could take this transformation even deeper? In the next chapter, we'll explore how building self-awareness can help you identify your strengths and blind spots, enabling you to make better financial decisions and grow your wealth even faster. Quote, your morning routine generates a 10x return for good or for bad. Make it good. Todd Stocker. Chapter 6. Building self-awareness for wealth. What if understanding yourself better could unlock the key to financial success? Think about the most successful people you know, whether in business, sports, or any other field. What sets them apart isn't just talent or luck, it's self-awareness. They know their strengths, their weaknesses, their habits, and their blind spots. They understand how they react under pressure, how they make decisions, and how their emotions influence their actions. This deep level of self-awareness is what allows them to stay focused, take smart risks, and make decisions that consistently move them toward success. The truth is, if you don't understand yourself, your patterns, your triggers, your emotional responses, you might unintentionally sabotage your own financial success. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth, and it's essential to building wealth. When you understand how you think and behave around money, you can make intentional, informed decisions that support your financial goals. In this chapter, we're going to dive into what self-awareness really means and how you can cultivate it to improve your relationship with money, strengthen your financial decision-making, and ultimately accelerate your path to wealth. What is self-awareness and why does it matter? At its core, self-awareness is the ability to see yourself clearly, to understand your emotions, motivations, and behavior patterns. It's about being honest with yourself, recognizing what drives your decisions, and understanding how your thoughts influence your actions. But why is this so important when it comes to wealth? Because your mindset, emotions, and habits around money are deeply ingrained, often subconscious, and they influence every financial decision you make, whether you realize it or not. If you don't understand what's driving those decisions, you could be stuck in patterns of overspending, avoiding risks, or holding on to limiting beliefs about money without even knowing it. For example, have you ever set a financial goal, only to find yourself falling short, despite your best intentions? Maybe you were saving up for a big purchase or trying to pay off debt, but somewhere along the way you lost focus, gave in to impulse spending, or convinced yourself that it wasn't possible. This isn't a lack of willpower, it's a lack of self-awareness. When you're aware of your emotional triggers, habits, and tendencies around money, you gain control over them. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can respond thoughtfully, making decisions that align with your financial goals. Recognizing your money patterns. The first step in building self-awareness around money is recognizing your patterns. We all have ingrained habits and beliefs about money that we've developed over time. Some of these patterns are helpful, while others might be holding us back from achieving the wealth we desire. To start identifying your money patterns, ask yourself the following questions. How do I feel when I think about money? Do you feel anxious, excited, stressed, or empowered? Your emotional response to money is a key indicator of your beliefs and patterns. How do I typically spend money? Are you a saver, a spender, or someone who avoids thinking about money altogether? Understanding your spending habits is crucial for making changes. What triggers me to make impulsive financial decisions? Do you spend more when you're stressed, when you feel the need to reward yourself, or when you're trying to keep up with others? Take some time to reflect on your financial behaviors. Journaling can be a powerful tool here. Write down how you feel about money and what comes to mind when you think about your finances. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns, whether it's overspending when you're stressed, avoiding budgeting because it feels overwhelming, or holding back on investing due to fear. Identifying strengths and weaknesses in your financial behavior. Once you've identified your money patterns, the next step is to analyze them. What are your strengths and weaknesses when it comes to managing money? Be honest with yourself. It's not about judgment, but about gaining clarity so you can grow. Here's how to break it down. What are the positive money habits you already have? Maybe you're great at sticking to a budget, you're disciplined about saving, or you make thoughtful, well-researched investment decisions. Acknowledge these strengths, as they are the foundation for your financial success. What areas need improvement? Do you struggle with impulse spending, avoid checking your bank account, or feel anxious about investing? Identifying your weaknesses allows you to create strategies for overcoming them. The goal is to use this self-awareness as a tool to make better financial decisions. For example, if you know that you tend to overspend when you're stressed, you can implement strategies to manage your stress without sabotaging your financial goals. Emotions play a huge role in our financial decisions, often without us even realizing it. For many people, emotions like fear, anxiety, guilt, or even excitement can lead to decisions that undermine their financial goals. For instance, have you ever made a big purchase because you felt like you deserved it after a stressful day or a tough week? This is a classic example of emotional spending, using money as a way to manage emotions rather than making a thoughtful, intentional decision. Common emotional triggers include fear. Fear of losing money, fear of missing out on an opportunity, or fear of making the wrong decision can lead to overly conservative financial choices or impulsive investments. Many people spend money to relieve stress, whether it's retail therapy or treating themselves to expensive comforts as a form of escape. Guilt about past financial mistakes can lead to avoiding important financial tasks like budgeting, saving, or investing. By becoming aware of these emotional triggers, you can start to manage them more effectively. Next time you're about to make a financial decision, pause and ask yourself, am I making this choice based on logic and alignment with my goals, or am I reacting emotionally? This simple pause can make all the difference. Now that you've started to recognize your money patterns and emotional triggers, it's time to develop a plan to deepen your financial self-awareness and keep it top of mind. Here's how to do it. 1. Daily reflection. Spend 5 minutes at the end of each day reflecting on your financial decisions. What choices did you make today regarding money, and what emotions were behind them? Were they aligned with your goals, or were they reactions to stress or fear? Write down your reflections in a journal. 2. Track your spending. For the next 30 days, track every purchase you make, big or small. This will help you identify patterns and understand where your money is going. At the end of the month, review your spending and reflect on how it aligns with your financial goals. 3. Set emotional checkpoints. Before making any significant financial decision, create a habit of checking in with yourself. Ask, what emotions am I feeling right now, and how are they influencing this decision? This pause can help you make more intentional, mindful choices. 4. Create positive reinforcements. Celebrate your financial wins, no matter how small. When you stick to your budget or make a smart investment, acknowledge it. Reinforce positive behaviors by rewarding yourself in ways that don't derail your goals, whether it's giving yourself a mental high five or treating yourself to something within your plan. Your challenge for today. Take the next 24 hours to reflect on your relationship with money. Write down the emotional responses and patterns you notice around your financial decisions. Be honest, this is about building awareness, not judgment. Then, identify one area where you can start making more mindful choices. For example, if you notice that you tend to overspend when you're stressed, come up with a plan to manage stress in healthier ways, like going for a walk, meditating, or journaling. Track your progress. And at the end of the week, reflect on how this increased awareness has impacted your financial decisions. Now that you've started building self-awareness, you're better equipped to manage your financial decisions. But there's one more obstacle that often holds people back from wealth: fear. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to eradicate fear and doubt so you can move forward with confidence and boldness in your financial journey. Quote, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." Aristotle. Chapter 7. Eradicating fear and doubt. What if fear and doubt are the only things standing between you and your financial breakthrough? Think about it. How many times have you let fear stop you from making a bold decision? How often has doubt crept in, convincing you that you're not capable or that you're not ready for wealth? Fear and doubt are like invisible walls that keep you confined to a limited financial reality. They keep you from taking the risks that could lead to success and from pursuing the opportunities that could bring you closer to wealth. But here's the truth: these feelings are not facts, they are temporary emotions, and you have the power to break free from them. In this chapter, we're going to tackle the two biggest obstacles on your journey to financial freedom: fear and doubt. You'll learn how to recognize when fear is driving your decisions and, more importantly, how to overcome it so you can move forward with confidence, no matter what challenges lie ahead. Understanding fear and its impact on financial success. Fear is a natural emotion. It's hardwired into our brains as part of our survival instinct. But while fear can be helpful when we're in physical danger, it can be a huge hindrance when it comes to personal growth and financial success. Fear is often the reason people stay in jobs they don't love, avoid investing in opportunities, or hesitate to take risks that could lead to wealth. The problem with fear is that it doesn't reflect reality, it reflects your worst-case scenario thinking. When fear takes over, you imagine the most disastrous outcome possible, which makes you freeze and avoid action. But what if you could reframe your fear and use it as a signal to move forward instead of holding back? Here are some common fears that often block financial growth. Fear of failure. What if I try and it doesn't work? I'll lose money or make things worse. Fear of success. What if I succeed and can't handle it? Will people expect too much from me? Fear of the unknown. I've never done this before, so I'm not sure what will happen. What if I'm not ready? These fears create doubt and paralyze you, keeping you stuck in your current situation. But what if you could flip the script and see fear as a guide, not a roadblock? Fear will always be there. It's part of the human experience, but instead of letting fear control you, you can learn to control it. The key is to reframe your fear as a tool for growth. Whenever you feel fear around a financial decision, whether it's investing, starting a new business, or asking for a raise, it's a sign that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. And that's exactly where growth happens. Here's a simple strategy for flipping the script on fear. 1. Acknowledge the fear. The first step is to recognize when fear is driving your decisions. Don't try to push it away or ignore it, that only gives it more power. Instead, acknowledge it. Say to yourself, I'm feeling afraid right now, and that's okay. 2. Ask, what's the worst case scenario? Once you acknowledge the fear, take a moment to assess the worst possible outcome. What's the absolute worst thing that could happen if you make this decision? Often, you'll realize that the worst-case scenario isn't as catastrophic as you imagined. Maybe you'll lose some money or face a temporary setback, but will it ruin your life? Probably not. 3. Shift the focus to the best case scenario. Now, flip the script. What's the best case scenario? What could happen if you take this step and it works out better than you imagined? Could it lead to financial freedom, a new opportunity, or a breakthrough in your business? Focusing on the best case outcome helps you shift from fear-based thinking to opportunity-based thinking. 4. Take action anyway. The final step is to take action despite the fear. You don't have to wait for the fear to go away to move forward. In fact, the fear won't go away until you start taking action. The more you take steps in the face of fear, the more you build confidence and realize that fear isn't as powerful as it seems. If fear is the wall that holds you back, doubt is the whisper that tells you the wall can't be climbed. Doubt creeps into your mind and makes you question your abilities, your worth, and your potential for success. It tells you that you're not ready, that you're not good enough, or that you're destined to fail. But here's the thing about doubt. It's not based on reality. It's based on insecurity, fear, and past experiences that have nothing to do with your future potential. Doubt is a liar, and the sooner you learn to recognize it for what it is, the sooner you can stop letting it hold you back. How to conquer doubt. 1. Recognize your achievements. One of the most effective ways to combat doubt is to look at what you've already achieved. Doubt often makes you forget your past successes, but taking stock of what you've already done helps you realize how capable you are. Write down a list of your financial and personal accomplishments, no matter how small they seem. Celebrate these wins and use them as evidence that you are more than capable of achieving your goals. 2. Reframe doubt as curiosity. When doubt arises, it's usually accompanied by questions like what if I fail, or what if I'm not good enough? Instead of letting these questions paralyze you, reframe them. Turn doubt into curiosity by asking, what can I learn from this? Or how can I grow from this experience? This shift in mindset allows you to see doubt as an opportunity for growth, not a dead end. 3. Take small steps forward. When doubt feels overwhelming, the idea of taking a big leap can seem impossible. Instead of focusing on the massive goal ahead, break it down into smaller, manageable steps. Taking small steps forward helps you build momentum and reduces the overwhelming pressure that doubt creates. With each step, you'll gain confidence and chip away at the doubt that's holding you back. There's one powerful truth that can help you overcome both fear and doubt. Action is the antidote. Fear and doubt thrive in the space between thinking and doing. The longer you sit in indecision, the more these emotions can grow and paralyze you. But the moment you take action, no matter how small, you disrupt the cycle of fear and doubt. Think of it like standing on the edge of a cold pool. The more you think about how cold the water is, the harder it becomes to jump in. But the moment you take the plunge, you realize it wasn't as bad as you thought. The same is true for fear and doubt. The moment you take action, you take control, and suddenly the fear that felt so overwhelming starts to fade. Your challenge for today. Identify one financial decision you've been avoiding because of fear or doubt. Maybe it's investing in a new opportunity, asking for a raise, or starting a side business. Take the following steps. Write down the fear or doubt that's holding you back. Be specific. Acknowledge it, then ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? What's the best that could happen? Take one small action today to move forward despite the fear. It doesn't have to be a giant leap, just one step toward your goal. By taking action, you'll start to break free from the grip of fear and doubt, moving closer to financial freedom with each step. You've begun to recognize and overcome fear and doubt, but there's another powerful tool that can help you unlock even greater potential: positive self-talk. In the next chapter, we'll dive deep into how mastering the art of positive self-talk can rewire your brain for success and keep you moving forward toward wealth, no matter what challenges arise. Quote, "Do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain." Ralph Waldo Emerson. Chapter 8. Mastering the Art of Positive Self-Talk. What if the words you speak to yourself could transform your financial destiny? You've likely heard the phrase, "you are what you think," but what if it's more than just a catchy saying? What if the way you speak to yourself, your internal dialogue, has the power to shape your entire reality, especially your financial success? The truth is, it does. Positive self-talk is one of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal, and when used effectively, it can rewire your brain for wealth, confidence, and success. Think about it. Every day you're engaged in an ongoing conversation with yourself. Whether you realize it or not, this inner dialogue influences how you think, feel, and act. If your self-talk is filled with doubt, criticism, and negativity, you'll likely feel stuck, unmotivated, and fearful about your financial future. But if your self-talk is empowering, positive, and forward-thinking, you'll approach your goals with confidence, resilience, and clarity. In this chapter, we'll dive into the science behind positive self-talk, explore how it affects your brain, and provide practical strategies for mastering this life-changing habit. You'll learn how to take control of your inner dialogue and use it to create a mindset that aligns with wealth and success. Positive self-talk isn't just about repeating feel-good phrases, it's rooted in the way your brain works. Your brain is constantly forming new neural pathways, especially in response to the thoughts and words you use regularly. This concept, known as neuroplasticity, means that your brain can be trained to think and respond in new ways through repetition and focus. Here's how it works. When you engage in positive self-talk, your brain releases neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which are linked to motivation, focus, and a sense of well-being. Over time, the repeated use of positive, empowering language strengthens the neural pathways associated with optimism, confidence, and proactive decision-making. This creates a self-reinforcing cycle. The more you speak positively to yourself, the more your brain adopts that mindset, which then influences your actions and decisions, moving you closer to your financial goals. On the flip side, negative self-talk has the opposite effect. If you're constantly telling yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never be successful," your brain strengthens the neural pathways associated with fear, self-doubt, and avoidance. You're literally wiring your brain to expect failure. The good news: you have the power to change your brain's wiring, simply by changing the way you talk to yourself. Why positive self-talk is essential for wealth. So why does positive self-talk matter when it comes to building wealth? Because your thoughts drive your actions. If you're constantly telling yourself that you're not good with money, that you'll never succeed, or that financial freedom is out of reach, you'll act in ways that align with those beliefs. You might avoid taking risks, pass up opportunities, or fail to pursue new ventures because deep down, you don't believe you're capable. On the other hand, if you're consistently telling yourself, "I am capable of creating wealth," or "I have the skills to grow my finances," you're conditioning your brain to look for solutions, opportunities, and ways to take action. Positive self-talk shifts your mindset from one of limitation to one of possibility, which is crucial for financial success. Here's the key: positive self-talk isn't about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on your strengths, your potential, and the opportunities in front of you, even when things are challenging. It's about reminding yourself that you have the power to shape your future through your thoughts, words, and actions. Before you can master positive self-talk, you need to be aware of the negative self-talk that might be holding you back. Often, negative self-talk operates in the background of your mind, so quietly that you don't even realize it's there. But these negative thoughts are incredibly powerful, and they can sabotage your financial success without you even knowing it. Here are some common forms of negative self-talk related to wealth. Catastrophizing. "If I make this investment and it goes wrong, I'll lose everything." Self-doubt. "I'm not smart enough to handle my finances. I'll never be able to save enough money to retire." Comparisons. "Everyone else is doing better than me financially." Take a moment to reflect on your own inner dialogue. What kinds of thoughts come up when you think about money, success, or your financial goals? Write them down. The first step in changing your self-talk is recognizing when it's negative or limiting. Once you've identified your negative self-talk, it's time to reframe it. Reframing is a simple but powerful technique that allows you to take a negative thought and turn it into something more positive, empowering, and solution-focused. Here's an example. Negative self-talk. "I'll never be able to get out of debt." Reframe self-talk. "I am taking steps every day to reduce my debt, and I am capable of becoming debt-free." Notice how the reframed statement is still realistic. It doesn't ignore the reality of debt, but it shifts the focus to what's possible and what you're actively doing to improve your situation. This kind of shift has a profound impact on your mindset, helping you feel more motivated and capable. Here's how to reframe your negative self-talk. 1. Recognize the negative thought. When you catch yourself thinking something limiting or self-defeating, pause and acknowledge it. 2. Challenge the thought. Ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have to support this thought, and is it based on facts or fear? 3. Reframe the thought. Turn the negative thought into something more positive and action-oriented. Focus on your strengths, your efforts, and the possibilities. Crafting powerful positive self-talk. Now that you've started reframing your negative thoughts, it's time to actively craft positive self-talk that aligns with your financial goals. Here are a few principles to keep in mind when creating your positive self-talk. 1. Be specific. Vague statements like "I'm good with money" are less effective than specific ones like "I am managing my finances effectively and growing my wealth every month." The more detailed your positive self-talk, the more your brain can focus on concrete actions. 2. Use the present tense. Phrase your positive self-talk as if it's already happening. This helps your brain accept it as truth. For example, say "I am building wealth" rather than "I will build wealth." 3. Incorporate emotion. Attach positive emotions to your self-talk. For example, "I feel confident and empowered as I manage my money wisely." This makes the self-talk more powerful because it engages your feelings, not just your thoughts. 4. Repeat it often. Positive self-talk only works if it becomes a habit. Make it a daily practice to speak to yourself in empowering ways, especially in the morning and before bed when your mind is most open to suggestion. Here are some examples of positive self-talk you can use to rewire your mind for financial success. "I am worthy of financial abundance, and I attract wealth with ease." "I make smart financial decisions that lead to long-term success." "Opportunities to grow my wealth are always available, and I am ready to seize them." "I am in control of my financial future and confident in my ability to manage my money." "I have the skills, knowledge, and discipline to achieve financial freedom." Feel free to personalize these, or create your own based on your goals and challenges. The key is to make sure your self-talk reflects what you want to create in your financial life. Turning positive self-talk into a daily practice. To truly transform your mindset and financial future, positive self-talk needs to become a daily practice. Here's how you can incorporate it into your routine. 1. Morning affirmations. Start your day with 5 minutes of positive self-talk. Use affirmations that align with your financial goals and speak them out loud with confidence. 2. Catch negative thoughts. Throughout the day, be mindful of any negative self-talk that arises. When it does, stop, reframe it, and replace it with a positive statement. 3. Evening reflection. Before bed, take a few minutes to reflect on your day. What positive steps did you take toward your financial goals? Reinforce these actions with positive self-talk. Here are your challenge for today. Choose 3 positive self-talk statements related to your financial goals. Write them down, and for the next week, repeat them every morning and night. Whenever you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, pause and reframe it. By the end of the week, notice how this shift in your internal dialogue has impacted your mindset and actions. Quote, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." Buddha. Final words. Your wealth, your words, your future. As you close this book, remember this. Your words have power. They shape your beliefs, influence your actions, and create the world around you. Every time you speak to yourself, you are either building your future or limiting it. We've explored the transformative potential of self-talk, from silencing the inner critic to crafting affirmations that align with wealth. The knowledge and tools are now in your hands, but it's what you do next that matters most. Your journey doesn't end here, it's just beginning. Start today. Speak to yourself with intention, clarity, and purpose. Let your words open doors to opportunities, guide you through challenges, and lead you to the wealth and freedom you deserve. You have the power to create a life of abundance, one word, one thought, and one action at a time. The future is yours. Now go out and speak it into existence. Take care and be well.